The Greenvale General Hospital is down the road by the lake. It's too far to walk. Come on, get in the car.
If I'm riding in a car, George, I prefer to be the driver. Can you provide a car for me?
What are you talking about? You don't even know how to get there.
Which is another good reason for me to drive, George. I need to learn my way around town.
Oh, man. Very well. Then I'll ride with you. I want to keep an eye on you.
Fair enough.
Just one thing, Agent Morgan. Your involvement in this case is limited. That means you don't have to learn your way around town.
George, we'd better get moving. The hospital closes at 2100.
Awesome. I like that outfit. Oh yeah. My God, this frame rate is awesome. What is he wearing? Oh. A normal car turned into a patrol car. Not fast, but cheap to drive.
Agent Morgan, get us there quickly, but drive within the speed limit. Just because you have a badge doesn't mean you can drive like a maniac.
Oh,
George,
crap.
what are you, his mother?
We just need to get the autopsy results.
Agent York isn't accustomed to the town yet. Give him a little slack.
I like her.
Well then, Agent York, let's get going.
Sure, sounds good.
And not because of her outfit. All right, let's. I don't know. I'm not sure how I'm getting out of here. Can't exactly see behind me. So how do we get out of this parking lot? I mean, we're in a parking lot, right? Crap. Hang on. Yeah, we got 83%. Wow, the frame rate. It's just like, hang on. My goodness, the turn base in this car is terrible. All right. So I gotta drive on. What is the speed limit? There's no posted speed limit. I don't know if this is a driveway. I'm making it a driveway. Hang on. Go. No. Gods, I am thankful I don't drive a car like this in real life. I like how this is what I get. Oh my goodness. Okay. The car likes to not move apparently. Okay, so I guess we're taking Reindeer Street. Oh my god. What invisible object have we hit? And then we're turning on, I don't know what this is. Figure I might as well use the turn signal.
Agent Morgan, I can't help noticing you prefer to work alone.
Most of the time, yes.
Don't you get lonely, flying all over the country alone?
I must say I've never felt lonely.
Are you married?
Unfortunately, relationships and I are fleeting strangers. I don't get on very well with women, you might be surprised to hear.
That's because you're young. You notice things like that at my age. You have to treat women carefully, like a thin crystal wine glass. If you don't, they can cut scars on your face, just like yours, right?
George, is this an interrogation? I see you're a seasoned professional. But let's not talk about my scar. It was caused by a problematic woman.
Well, she got you good. Terribly good.
It'll fade away, and nobody will notice it in a week.
A week? It's not that light of a wound.
So, Emily, tell me, is there really a need for a full-time sheriff in a small town like this?
I'm sure it is small to your city eyes, but any gathering of people leads to all kinds of problems. Fights, runaways, stray pets.
You're too fixated on violent crimes. Our job is to guide the people along the correct path, first and foremost. Now, that's what I consider to be my duty as the sheriff of Greenvale.
Zach, there he is. The monarch in all his glory. Kind of makes me glad that I wasn't born here.
Did you say something, Agent Morgan?
No, nothing, George. I was just reflecting on a little history.
Well, we're in the middle of a homicide investigation. Keep your mind on the matter at hand.
Okay, which right now is driving.
Which, surprisingly, is going well. I'm actually not getting lost. Or having to turn back too much. And I'm using the turn signal. Rather proud of my... Although I'm not driving within the speed limit. I think that would be insane on how long it would take me. What? Is there really racing and that many... Okay. Well, we're going this way. Oh yeah, there's an arrow there. Awesome.
That's a pretty big hospital. I guess they wanted to be ready for town-wide food poisoning?
No, it's another leftover from the town's prosperous slumber days. Hard to imagine now, though, isn't it?
My mother always talked about how energetic this town used to be. Almost like a gold rush, she used to say.
Impressive.
But the hotter the fever, the faster it cools. And so now there's hardly anyone left to use this place.
It pains me to watch my hometown lose so many citizens. Beyond your understanding, I'm sure.
Yes, I'm sorry to say that it is.
Indeed. And that's why this case is our problem. There really isn't any need for you to get too involved.
I think it's the rain that is causing the frame rate drop, but I don't know why. It's just... Yeah. Looks like a PlayStation 2 game anyway, so...
Hello, Sheriff.
Oh, Freckly Fiona.
Hi there, Fiona. We're here to see Usha. Do you know where he is?
I think Dr. Johnson is in the computer room.
A computer room? In a hospital?
Nice to meet you, Mr. FBI agent. The computer room is where our employees share a computer.
Very nice to meet you, too. I'm FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. But how did you know I was FBI?
Easy. None of the police in this town wear cologne.
Besides, that scar on your face is the biggest rumor in town.
What?
Rumors get exaggerated as they spread, even in the countryside.
What's
Why?
that you're reading, if I may ask?
Okay.
You haven't heard of this yet? It's a recent bestseller mystery. It's set in the U.S., a small traditional North American town close to the Canadian border. A peaceful, traditional place. However, that peaceful town is shattered by a terrible crime. The murder of a local girl.
And that incident causes grief and sadness to everyone in town. But everyone feels the seditious, heinous evil still lurking, alive. Yes, much like the situation right now here in Greenvale.
Fiona, don't say that.
Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. With Anna dead and all.
Don't worry. Books are written to entertain, and it's good you're enjoying it. What we're faced with here is a terrible crime committed in a real world. Much different from that of a novel. So there's no need to apologize.
Thank you, Agent York.
Well, I appreciate that there's dialogue while driving. That's a nice touch. If he doesn't end up hooking up with Emily, I am going to be disappointed. I mean, maybe he'll get to hook up with multiple. And why are there rumors circulating about his scars? I mean, we know Emily was dressed up as Catwoman, and, you know, maybe that's the rumor. He did, after all, say it was someone who thought they were Catwoman who did it. Still, why would it... I don't know. I mean, I grew up in a small town, but not too small that everyone knew who you were, and Everyone knew your business. So I guess a moderate size. Anyway, so I don't know exactly how crazy a small town can get. Let's talk to her again. Oh, Dr. Johnson should be in the computer room. Let's observe her. The freckles on her nose make her look like a schoolgirl. I wonder how good she is as a nurse. Alright, well, she's quite pretty. She'd look better wearing something more fashionable than this dull uniform. Agree, Zach? Well, she is wearing something more fashionable. Personally, I like it. Hang on, what's over here? Oh, we could make a phone call. I don't see any reason why. Let's talk to Emily. Why? What's going on? You don't want to talk? It's fine. Let's hear what this guy has to say. Nothing. Today is fine, clear day, perfect day to have a walk. It was not clear, it was raining. Oh, so I get money for checking the weather, and why is it so terrible? Is there... No, what is... There's a map. An actual map. Key flag. Trading cards. Profiling. Options. There's like... Sound. Oh my god, I can turn down the... Because the background music has been getting crazy loud. And I like how in the middle of that dialogue, it's like the voice actress was getting closer and closer to the microphone as she was reading it. Yes. Sorry, I usually don't like... Alright. I don't know. Should I enable it? I don't know. It's automatically disabled. I don't... I was really hoping there was something I could do about the frame rate, but I guess we're stuck like this. Quite a serious character, though. He likes to show off and is too eager to compete, which may be what it takes. Takes to what? Let's go to the computer room. We need to find Usha. Is this... I need to run at the doors because he takes way too long. I mean, should I explore? The frame rate issue is very annoying. Maybe it won't show up in the video. It's closed sometimes. Oh, sorry, it's very difficult to pay attention.
We couldn't find him.
Fiona needs to check her information.
No, I don't think so. Does the doctor like playing games by any chance?
What do you mean?
There's a message on the computer, and a card key already set in place. The king passes the rook and meets the bishop. The knight takes a pawn along for the queen.
What does that all mean?
It's a simple puzzle.
Zach, let's take him up on his challenge. You can do this, right?
Nope, nope, I can't. King, oh gods. I just know I'm not gonna sort this out. King passes rook, so... Drop. Bishop. Hang on, that's knight. What is... That's king? Huh, okay. King passes rook, meets the bishop, knight, meets pawn to the queen. Oh. Oh, it was that simple, huh?
The doctor awaits below with the deceased.
Another code? But there's nowhere to insert a password.
More games. I'm going to get Fiona to call Usha up here right now.
No need, George. The message appeared with the card key. It's telling us where to use it.
This is not the time to be joking around, Agent Morgan.
Dr. Usha is below with the deceased. With Anna. Below being underground, I take it. Simple. Simple.
Then it's time to meet the mischievous architect of this little game.
Nah.
All right. I wonder if this is the kind of thing that FBI agents regularly have to deal with. You know, I don't know of any FBI agents, so I can't ask them. But it seems like that would be. I mean, they apparently have to be really good with puzzles, from what I heard. Dr. Johnson is in the basement, right? Now let's go and see him. Yes, oh, I forgot to run. We get to try to maneuver through these halls. Oh, simply right there. So there's tiredness, there's hunger. Do I have to deal with bathroom? No, that's the office. Never mind. Is this... Okay, I'm confused. Is it down below? Am I the right place? Is this stairs? Does this actually lead to the basement? Hang on. Toilet. Hickey storage. What? Hickey storage. Okay. Dead house. Sleep lab. Oh no, the sleep lab is normal. Never mind. Yeah, it's actually locked. Oh. Oh, hey, stairs. Gods. I know, this is probably very disorienting. But we're finally there. Forgot to run. Alright, so I noticed the way they pronounce Anna and Anna, they kind of switch off. Beginning it was Anna. Even York was using Anna. Now it's Anna. Oh. Agent Hour. Yeah, Agent Honor. Oh, let's get a snack. Wait. It's like $35 for crackers? You can forget that. No. We're trying to buy a house. York. Expensive crackers.
Usha, sorry to keep you waiting.
Ah, you made it. Let's get started, shall we?
Oh my.
This is Agent Morgan from the FBI.
Nice to meet you. I'm Usha Johnson, the doctor in this hospital.
FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Please call me York.
Just throwing that out.
Everyone calls me that.
Very well, Agent York.
Are you a forensic practitioner?
Let's just say I've dealt with corpses before.
That battle of
Tons.
wits, by the way. Did you create that yourself?
Music.
I just wanted to see if our FBI agent could handle the task.
I see. Well, it was pretty fun.
Oh, I'm glad you liked it.
We don't have much time. We need those autopsy results.
Next time, try challenging us without obstructing an investigation. You've angered the monarch.
Like Emily's reaction to all this.
From the onset of rigor mortis, the stiffening of the muscles, the time of death is estimated to be between 20 and 2200 hours. That's still quite early for such a crime to take place. Note that there are 2 exterior wounds, pressure marks around the neck, and a long cut running from chest to abdomen. Blood marks on her right hand tell us she was gripping something round in her right hand.
So everyone mimics it.
Her skull is also fractured, but that is unrelated to the cause of death. It probably happened to her after she was killed.
She was dropped.
Now, I first thought death by suffocation, due to the marks on her neck. But after further investigation, I now have a different conclusion. The direct cause of death was loss of blood from the wound.
So, blood to death.
Which means...
She was cut up while she was still alive.
Emily, no!
Yes, a sharp knife was used. It was inserted beneath the sternum and then quickly sliced downwards. The excessive loss of blood from her internal organs is what actually killed her. Her nails are clean, and with no skin cells from the attacker. She also doesn't appear to have been bound nor badly beaten. She was apparently killed without resistance. The most tragic thing, however,
She was
was
pregnant.
that she was unable to speak her story to anyone who could hear her cries.
What? How does he know that? How does he know that? Oh, sweet
The
Emily.
perpetrator cut out Anna's tongue.
Well, I believe she was drugged first to phase her consciousness, and then the killer killed her.
Phase.
Now, the killer most likely has a deep, traumatized past concerning women. He probably cannot converse with them normally.
Hold up.
Cutting out the tongue suggests a very lonely individual. Either that or a truly hardcore sadist.
He also profiles killers in his spare time.
He must get off on watching women suffer, especially when they can't answer back. Now, he watched as the blood pumped from her body, as she gradually grew cold. Now, a case in Seattle in 1985 was much like...
Usha, please, limit your report to your findings as a doctor. Criminal profiling is my job.
Thank you, York.
You're wrong, also. Anna died fully, deeply, painfully aware of what was happening to her.
But,
Tell me, what time did it stop raining on the night Anna was killed?
Just before I went to bed, right after the movie on TV ended, so around 1 a.m.
What movie was it?
An American Werewolf in London.
Yeah.
Directed by John Landis, 1981. So the rain stopped, accompanied by the ending song, Blue Moon. George, would you mind if I examined Anna myself?
What more do you hope to find?
I'm sure I mentioned that I have a personal interest in cases like these.
Observe. No? His age isn't immediately apparent, though he can't be that old. Looks like a trustworthy doctor. The gold chain is a funny touch. We gotta look him up and down. Why is he doing that? Hello, Molly. Let's observe her. We shouldn't stare at her for too long. Why? What happens? Did you get awkward? Still no hint of a smile. There's no reason we should focus our efforts on George. Traces of evaporated liquid around the eyes. She must have cried before she was murdered. Does that really happen? I mean, they had to do their research, right? Judging from the impressions, she was holding something in her hand, but it was removed around 6 hours after death. The object was circular with a relief shaped like a peace mark. Beautiful blonde hair, stunning even in death. She's neatly wearing fake fingernails. Anna's body is laying on the table. The tongue has been removed. Look at the edge of the stump. Oh, gods. Just use a ball gag next time. Oh, we're actually going to go in and look at... Or are we done doing this?
From her lack of resistance, I'd say that Anna's injuries happened very quickly. Unable to speak, she was then left to cry herself to death.
Zach, it's all starting to come together.
The perpetrator stayed with her for at least 2 hours until it stopped raining. At the estimated time of her death, it was still raining, but you can still see tear marks on her cheeks. That means she was killed under a roof somewhere. She was then carried into the woods after it stopped raining.
There's one other thing. Her tongue was removed with a very blunt knife. In fact, it's more likely it was simply chopped off.
Asha, are you a passionate man?
Well, not particularly, but I am man enough should the moment call for it.
George, how about you?
I'm very passionate. Yes. Especially when it comes to women.
He's the murderer.
But I don't see what that has to do with anything.
George, the perpetrator, is just like you. He's passionate about women. He's a passionate kisser. This was a kiss of death.
The perpetrator bit off Anna's tongue.
Oh.
We'll never get a dental print from a wound like this. But this is still a big lead.
Let's talk about his facial scar.
Jackpot, Zach. A shame, but our old-time all-American sightseeing tour just came to an end.
This case is now under the jurisdiction of the FBI. I'm assuming command. I'll need you to assist me in the investigation.
What in the hell do you mean, Agent Morgan? I know I said I was passionate, but you can't think I did this.
Oh.
That's not why I'm assuming command, George. You're a suspect just as much as every other passionate man on Earth. Let me show you something.
What the?
There you go. Amazing, huh? I'm sure you have a lot of questions, but most of the details are top secret. George, Emily, we should be going. No need to stay here any longer.
Okay. I have to sign the release. Just give me a moment.
Very well. I'll go on ahead. I can't take it any longer down here.
I just remembered. The phone
Bishop
is...
takes queen. His rook takes your queen. Then your knight takes rook. And checkmate.
Huh?
And they're all just baffled. They're like, he's brilliant.
My first victory in the Grandmaster ranking.
So yeah, I forgot the phone is how you save. So this whole time... I hope I didn't lose my... Oh, gods. I can't be defeated. Because I forgot to save.
Zach, they're here.
Who's here? The backwards people? Gods. This frame rate, this is not going to go well. Yeah, save. Well, next time we shall deal with this infestation of, I don't know, roots? This is why you need to deal with your roots. Alright, the clock's going crazy. Awesome.